How's it with you?
With me?
Yeah. How's things gone with you?
I mean, it's been decent.
Oh, bet.
Yeah. Like, do you want to hear, like, what Joseph says or not?
I mean, if it's about
He said about Juan.
What?
He was, like, telling me, hey, Gio, do you think Juan is a tranny? Yeah, that's why I asked you, hey, like, do you want to hear this? But he said, hey, Gio, do you think Juan is a tranny?
Okay.
I was like, why do you say that? I was like, oh, because of his voice.
He just brought Juan up? He didn't bring anything?
No, he just said it, like, randomly, like, hey, Gio, like, I think... He even says, like, I'm starting to think he's a tranny. Yeah, it's the only thing he said. I mean, I didn't see him that much this week.
That was very out of nowhere. Like, that was the most fucking unusual thing that he could have said.
Yeah, I don't know why that came into his mind. And Juan doesn't even look like a tranny.
No. Did you say anything back to him about that, or did you just ask him?
Like, no, I just said, like, I don't think he's a tranny.
Yeah.
Like, there's nothing in him that's a tranny.
Yeah.
And he said, how, like, his voice and stuff, and, like, his...
Yeah,
I mean, his titties is because, like, he is, like
yeah,
a little overweight. It's not because...
Yeah. No, exactly. Okay. Well, did he get into any fights, any more shit like that? Now that you bring him up?
He just told another guy named Lewis there. He's like, no one's gonna get into a fight with me because they're not gonna fuck with me and stuff like that. Like, no, everybody's scared to fight me and stuff.
Yeah. Cocky prick. Seriously, now he's become a fucking cocky prick.
Yeah. How about you? How's your week been?
It's been okay, other than me and Juan, like, had a bit of a slight argument that has now gotten better. I'm not going to go into details about it because it's water under the bridge now. We've resolved it, but the reason for that was because I was mad because Select finally contacted me, telling me they had a job for me that was from 1 to 9:30. Okay, so that was a job from 1 to 9:30, and like
PM.
Yeah, 1 p.m. to 9:30 p.m. where I'd be working in like a cannabis warehouse, like a weed warehouse, where basically I'd be doing order fulfillment, you know. So I'd be getting that stuff ready to be prepped out and all that stuff.
Yeah.
That was $20 an hour and was in Van Nuys.
Yeah.
And because I didn't respond in time, because they sent that to me when I was sleeping, they gave it to somebody else, and I was pissed.
So that's dumb. Like, what, did they send it at freaking 2 in the morning?
No, they sent it at 8, but I didn't wake up until not like 8:30, but I didn't wake up until 9:20. But
fuck, that's fucked up.
Yeah, but that's how they are. It's like first come, first serve. Like, if they have something and if they want to offer it to you and you don't respond, then they're gonna give it to somebody else. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, I bet you were really...
No, I was pissed.
Throwing stuff. Not throwing stuff.
I was just seething. I even was like mad and everything. And then that's when that's when me and Juan got into that argument, because I kind of went off. But then we resolved it within a quick amount of time. You know what I'm saying? Because eventually he called me and then we talked it all out, and we're all good from there. You know what I'm saying? We're all good now. And he's on his way back right now as we speak.
Was Juan just telling you to, like, calm down, or what? Like, what was
I mean, I told him I had good news because he snapped me first, and then that's when we kind of, like, not like angry snap, but like Snapchat snapped me. And then we talked from there, and then after that, that's when I just told him what happened, and he was just like, well, he felt like it was probably for the best, because if I was going to be working in a place around weed, like, he didn't trust that, you know. But still, you know.
So you called them back, and that's when they told you, oh, like, we already gave it to someone else.
They emailed me is the thing. They emailed, and that's the weird thing. Like normally they said like, oh, they were trying to reach me, but I never got a call or a text or anything like that from them. They said that they were calling me and texting me, but I never got it, which I found to be weird. So that's why they sent me the email.
Yeah.
And yeah, they just told me like, hey, we don't have anything, but if there is anything else out there, we'll let you know. You know.
Yeah.
That's what they told me. And then after that, like, that was it from there, So that's what they told me, when I first did, when I have it. And that's why I was pissed, because I thought I'm finally going to get out of this. And then, boom, it fucking gets taken away right there, because I didn't wake up earlier enough and I didn't respond in time. And I wasn't really mad at anyone else. I was more mad at myself, because I thought if I had just woken up at least a bit earlier, then I could have had it. And this...
How long did they give you to respond, supposedly?
No, it was when I responded back that they told me, hey, like, we already gave it to somebody else,
Yeah.
That's how they are. First come, first serve.
Yeah.
If you don't respond in time, they'll give it to somebody else, That's how they are. They're first come, first serve.
Yeah.
So I was pissed about that. Like, I was really fuming, but then
Let me guess, you're like quiet and your mom noticed.
No. I already told my mom straight up, like, I was fucking pissed. But she's like, no, don't worry about it. It's fine. Like, at least now you know that Select is actually looking for something for you. They're not keeping you out of the light anymore like they did before, where they told me like I couldn't work with, like, you couldn't find me anything for 2 months, and they said like, oh, everything was very slow and shit like that. But like, that's what I want out of them. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wanted them to like get me something, and that was a good one with a good schedule and good pay.
Yeah.
Like, I fucking missed it, and I know that the next one they're gonna get me is something that I know I'm not gonna be able to handle. Like 6 in them, like 6.
Like if it was billed, like they would have still given it to you because they were.
Yeah, no, that's how they are.
Yeah.
Like that's how they build. But remember, this agency, it's like they give you whatever they have, and they're not the type who help people with disabilities. It's
So they're like, if you really want to work, like you need to respond quickly.
Yeah, and again, like, they don't help people with disabilities.
Like Bill does.
Yeah, like how Bill does. They just, that's for general people who are looking for something and they need to work quickly, and they need something ASAP, Like, they'll give it to you, but then, if you don't respond, like, after they get you in, then you're on your own from there,
Yeah.
They're not like how Build is, where, again, with Build, they help you, know? Whereas in those places, the only help I've had was, well, myself, but also the people who I worked with, like, especially when I worked at the other place, like Parts Authority.
Yeah.
When I worked there, the other reason why I lasted as long as I did was because the guys who were there, like the supervisor and all that, they liked me enough, and they always defended me from the managers, Like, when they were like, nah, they didn't. But they always advocated for me, but that's because I formed good bonds with them, That's because that's the thing, like, is to know who to do that with. You know what I'm saying? That's the key to that, is to know who to do that with and who not to do that with, You smell like grass.
Me?
Dead ass, you smell like grass.
Like weed?
No, not marijuana weed. Like actual grass. Like you were playing. Yeah, like you slid while playing soccer. Like there's like a green stain.
I used to get a lot of those.
Yeah.
Like green. Like
but
stains.
what I was saying right now, like that's how those agencies are. And I applied to so many other ones, and not really many of them have gotten back to me. It's fucking frustrating. Because I need to work again. I need to like make money and it's kind of fucking stupid how, like, then again, it's already my fault, like that I have this going on with the unemployment, but I think I'm at the end of it. Like, I'm gonna call them and I'm gonna ask, confirm, and make sure, hey, this time that it ends, will I get paid again? Because again, I can't keep going on this long without making any money. Like, I've only been within the hundreds, or no, within like 100.
Yeah.
You know, I haven't been able to like make money. Like that's why that's why I actually do that, because again, I'm in a position where I can't do that right now.
Yeah.
I can't do it myself. You know, and just bullshit. You know, I mean, it's just straight up bullshit.
So they call you, call them back, or do they just email you?
No. I emailed them, and then they emailed me back saying that they already gave it to somebody else. I just told them like, all right, I just gave them my number again, and I told them like, hey, like if you, like they already told me like, yeah, like if they have anything else, that they let me know.
Oh, I thought they called you.
No, they emailed me. They said that they called me and texted me, but I never got any calls or emails or no text from them.
Yeah.
Like I never got it, so which is weird. Like I never got anything from them.
Yeah.
You know.
So like once you heard that they didn't, like they gave the job to someone else,
Yeah, I was.
were you like pissed or like thinking, or they just immediately like call Juan?
No. I didn't call Juan. Not till later after that. You know.
Did you text him first? Say, hey, like.
No, I snapped him. Like I told you, I snapped him and I told him.
Yeah.
And then he was trying to calm me down, and then I just said something to him like that really upset him, and then it just went at it from there. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I'm not gonna go fully in depth about that, because that's pretty much water under the bridge now, because we resolved it.
Yeah.
You know. So, like I said, he's on his way back right now as we speak. But yeah, that fucking pissed me off. Because again, that was good pay and a good schedule, you know. And I know that whatever they're gonna fucking give me next is gonna be 6 to 2:30. That's only 17 an hour, you know. And I don't like waking up that early, because I barely am able to I can barely even maintain my current schedule as it is, you know.
You know what, like, kind of pissed me off
What?
a little bit on Instagram,
What?
on the reels.
Yeah.
You know, last I think it was like last week or like 2 weeks ago, we were talking about like dating coaches and like risk guys.
Yeah.
This one freaking Indian guy kept on popping up on my reels. Well, he's a dating coach, but he's like a millionaire, and he's like like every freaking like post, like every time I would go on IG, I would see like 3 reels of him with like different girls, like, oh, like look how I raised them up and stuff. But he's a freaking like millionaire at the same time.
Yeah.
I'm like, how the fuck is that gonna help guys that are like non-millionaires?
Yeah.
Yeah, that kind of like, but I just like let it.
Yeah, you let it. So also,
if this was before, like, it would have affected me more. Like,
yeah, and I was about to say as well that I'm also proud of the fact that you didn't post anything regarding like Valentine's Day. You know, which was yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm surprised you didn't.
it was weird because I think I was like busy. I even forgot it was Valentine's Day until like my little sister, because she has a boyfriend. But I didn't really care, even though like I saw like a bunch of like Valentine like stands all over there. Like, I just, for some reason, I didn't feel like pissed or anything.
Well, that's good. That's progress, man.
Yeah.
That's progress in you, man.
Like last year, I was like depressed and pissed off. I was like very mad, but this, I didn't feel anything.
Yeah, you were.
Yeah,
you were fucking.
Because I mean, I probably still wouldn't have posted anything. I would have been tempted, but like I would have like tried my best not to do it.
Yeah. Also,
but, like but even like I didn't feel anything. Like the thing with the reels, when I saw those, like the that I said were pissing me off.
Yeah.
I was like on Tuesday or Wednesday, but I just stopped like clicking on his vids, so his vids would stop like popping up on my feed.
Yeah.
And his vids don't show up anymore.
Okay.
So yeah, but that happened like around Wednesday.
Okay.
Yeah, for some reason I just forgot it was Valentine's Day. Like,
I didn't really care.
and when I did find out it was, I didn't really like.
Yeah, it didn't really bother.
Yeah, it didn't
Okay,
hit me. That's I was surprised. I was like, oh shit.
That's progress, man. That's hella progress. The fact that you were able to take it this time and not get angry at the fact about that, you know, that's major progress right there. Which
I would have posted like my least favorite holidays coming up.
Yeah.
Like before Valentine's Day, but I just didn't feel anything.
Yeah. No. I mean, I honestly, like, I already knew it was, but I didn't really care because my mind was on about other things. I didn't really.
Did anything like come hit you like with Claudia or anything?
Honestly, not really, because I'm just so worked up and trying to find a job and get out of the debt I'm in and build myself back up financially that I didn't really care. And plus, like, I didn't really think about it, honestly, you know? Like, I didn't, you know, I didn't think about that. So that's why, like I said, like, I was in the same boat as you. I didn't really care, like, because I had so much in my head that I didn't really think about it. When I knew it was, I was just like, okay, I didn't care. For me, it just felt like another day. It didn't feel like anything special, you know? I felt numb to that whole thing, you know? I felt numb. So I was like, I didn't really care. I just went off and, you know, just did whatever. I went on a run yesterday, but yeah, just did that, and yeah, I was totally fine, you know? Didn't have anything else, you know, like that. But, yeah, honestly, it was just like a whatever day yesterday, you know. Excuse me. Well, yeah, Horny Boy, he'll be back in a few hours, you know. So he'll be back, and we'll finally get to see him again. And sleepover. We're gonna wake up early for that. You know what I'm saying? We're gonna wake up.
I already have the money.
Seriously? You're fully set now. Good. I'm so glad to hear that, man. I'm happy. You finally got the money. Good. I'm thinking of us going like around 8 to 9. You know, like around there we go.
Yeah.
Up there. So I need you to, like, you know, have your bags like packed up and ready to go. You know, like the night before or something, and then when the day comes, then, you know, obviously we get going from there. We'll head the rest of the way up. I already told one as well. We're gonna be heading up there early, so that's one thing I need from you.
I'll probably get up there like around 11 or 10:30, huh?
Yeah.
If we leave around like the time you're saying.
Yeah, like we're gonna leave. Yeah. Wait, you said you're gonna wake up at 11 at 10?
Oh, no, like we'll get up there. Like,
we'll be up there. Yeah,
at that time, like around that time, we'll probably be up there.
Yeah. We'll be up there by then. So it'll be fine. But yeah.
Yeah, I'm surprised I didn't like have like not a meltdown, but like feel something balance, like.
Yeah.
And I even saw like some guys like buy flowers and stuff, but for girls. But I didn't feel like, surprisingly, I didn't feel that much. Like
I saw several posts, you know, on Instagram, like whether it was like couples or chicks who just wanted to celebrate Valentine's Day even though they're fucking single and shit. Like, I saw it and I was just like, man, fucking whatever. So I don't fucking care.
Like. None of it like showed up on my feed or anything. Nothing about Valentine's Day.
Yeah,
it was mostly like apes and like Asian girls.
Yeah, I bet we'll just be getting back on those apes. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, like me, there was a lot of stuff. I had so many random stuff, and the Valentine's Day did pop up, but I didn't care. Yeah. I just like, fuck it, it's whatever, man. You know, I didn't really fucking care. It was just like, it was what it was. Still. It's just whatever. Even though I understand the truer meaning of that Valentine's Day now that I've looked more into it and like what it truly means, you know.
What does I know it has like a deeper meaning, but
There was a thing about Saint Valentine, okay, who was a Christian around the time of the Romans.
Yeah.
He was, he was a Christian man, and he was advocating for men in the military, like men in the Roman military, to be able to love, to be able to be married, to be free to love who they want to love, and I believe he was executed for it,
Why?
I'm not sure.
They didn't want men, like military men, to like love women or like get married or anything.
I think it was the marriage. I think that's what it was. It was the marriage. Like when they're off duty, or when they step down, they were allowed to, but something along those lines. But that's what I remember. I recall looking a little bit into, but it was that. There is more to the story, but I'll look it up another time. But yeah, man. Also, we're going back to Joseph for a minute. Yeah, sounds like you've been seeing him less and less.
Yeah. He just talks about like the politics.
Yeah. Even though, like, you know how I once said that I felt like he could pull a Chris Benoit?
Mm-hmm.
Do you feel like he might do that? Even though he doesn't have CTE?
I'm not ready to say that.
I mean,
if I like see him like get into more fights and start like adding other stuff, like let's say he starts taking steroids or starts taking like little stuff like that, like I would become more concerned.
Because that's the thing, is that, remember, like, he does not give a fuck about what anyone tells him. He'll talk back to everybody, like even his own fucking mom, like, Laura to a certain extent as well, even though I can't imagine what their relationship is like now that she's engaged with Caden, and now that I think he's gonna be moving to like, didn't he say he was stationed out in San Diego or some shit like that? So she's probably gonna go with him down there, and then they go somewhere else, and then boom, the woman he loves or used to love, gone from there.
I mean, I don't know if Laura loves him back, but if she does, or like has something for him, like that's the only woman that has something for him.
Yeah. No, it's probably awkward because he was really hoping to make her one of his 10 wives, and now they can't happen now because now she's engaged to somebody else.
Because Joseph's mentality is like, if I show everyone that I don't like bow down to anyone, and like I show how, I guess that's a way of him trying to show his alpha.
Yeah, his alpha.
Yeah, like I don't back down to anyone, so he doesn't let anyone like talk down to him or like argue with him.
Yeah, because he doesn't want to feel like he's weak. Because he doesn't want to show weakness. Because for him, weakness is death. Because he says that he used to be a whiny liberal bitch, but the thing is, he still is. Like, he doesn't realize that. He still is that fucking whiny liberal bitch that he was before. Like, he still is. The only difference is that he fucking exercises and, like, knows how to fight and shit, you know?
because he still has the liberal tendencies.
Exactly. He still has that mentality within him, whether he realizes it or not, So, and again, without me, like, he spiraled even more out of control. Like, even Alan pointed out how, whether he wants to admit it or not, he needed me. He says, like, oh, he thinks that, what he told you? No, he did fucking need me, because, remember, he didn't really act like that as much around us. I mean, he kind of would, but I'd always be the one to fucking talk him back down to reality,
Like, he doesn't let anyone, like, talk to him, like in a commanding voice.
Yeah.
Because I remember you sometimes would give him a commanding, like attitude.
No. Yeah.
Like, you wouldn't yell at him, but you would
I
give
would
him,
assert
like,
myself.
Yeah. Like, now,
Mm-hmm.
like, let's say, like, the freaking, like, the beef or whatever happened with you guys.
Yeah.
Didn't happen. Like, if you just didn't know him,
Uh-huh.
you went to work there at Food for Less.
Mm-hmm.
Like, if you try to, like, talk to him, like, in a commanding voice,
Uh-huh.
he would have went off on you. At the very least, he would have, like, stood up to you, like, hey, what the fucker did you say?
Yeah.
You don't talk to me like that.
Yeah, exactly. If I
Like,
never
if
knew
you
him.
got in his face, he would probably, like, push you or something. Like that's how unhinged he is right now.
Yeah, he's very unhinged. That's why I know that's very. It's very out there to say that he would pull something like that. But again, like I just feel like at the rate he's going, he's just gonna fucking snap. Like like with how unhinged he's getting, I feel like one day he's just gonna snap and say, "Fuck it," and do that to his mom and her fucking boyfriend.
And he doesn't get like that, like with me.
Yeah, he doesn't get.
Because remember, I like pushed back one time when I told him, "Wait, but weren't you also like sus with Kevin?"
Yeah, like when you point out facts like that to him,
he didn't like say like, "Hey, don't say that shit," or he didn't like get in my face or anything, because he knows that I'm not like scared of him. Like he knows that I'm like from Bill too.
Yeah.
And stuff like that.
Yeah. So if he did anything to you, then you report him.
Yeah, I'll just report him to Food for Less. Bill, and it would actually affect him even more because his mom works there.
Yeah.
And Bill, they would probably like add more to that.
Yeah. So, like, that's the thing, man. He's fucking, again, he's losing his mind, you know, without the hangouts.
And he knows that, like, I will probably tell you.
Exactly, you know. And that's the thing with him. He's losing himself. You know, that's what this is. He's losing himself. He's spiraling more and more and more.
Yeah, because he didn't like. I mean, we know that he drunk like when he would hang out with, like, drink when he would hang out with us. But the smoking, he wouldn't smoke or like.
Yeah, he wouldn't smoke around us. I'd always be the one to fucking talk him out of it.
Yeah, like he would talk about smoking, but he wouldn't.
Like he kept talking about smoking cigars and all that shit.
But now he like smokes cigarettes and he says that he wants to try cigars too.
Yeah.
Because his idol.
Yeah, because his fucking idol. Yeah.
Even though Andrew Tate doesn't act like him.
No, hell no. Andrew Tate does not act like that fucker. But seriously, like that's why I say, like, with how he's acting, man, like eventually he's gonna.
I hope he doesn't.
I hope not either. But honestly, if he does do that, I would not be surprised in the slightest. Honestly, as messed up as that is to say, like it honestly wouldn't surprise me. And besides, like, it's not like I could do anything about it because with how unhinged he is now, he's not gonna listen to me. The only way he'll listen to me is if we fight. You know?
Let's say, yeah, that would,
yeah, because
I just think he wants to fight you. Like, that's all.
Yeah, no, that's what he even wants it. The only way he'll actually let things go is if he fights me. Then he'll fucking move on. You know, because it's clear from how much he's clung to this. He's dangerously obsessed with me, man. He's fucking obsessed with me. Like, crazy obsessed with me, man. Like, fucking, who knows? He's gonna try to fucking stalk me and try to figure out where I live, type, like, you know. And even though he knows where I live, it's not like he can fucking go there, you know.
And not even I know.
Yeah.
Even though, like, you took me there.
Yeah, you don't know.
I wouldn't know where to go.
Yeah.
Because SCV is like at night.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little bit hard to know.
Yeah, but me,
because you know already, SCV.
I've lived here for so many years. Like, I've lived here for 13 to 14 years now.
Yeah.
I know this place like the back of my fucking hand. You know what I'm saying? Like, I have lived here for well over a decade.
Yeah, but I was gonna say, like if he starts adding stuff, like, I'm gonna start taking this, or
even though, don't forget,
certain like stimulants, steroids, stuff like that. That's when I would start. Because I know some steroids can actually make you angrier.
Yeah, but don't be surprised if he does that either. Because don't forget, he kept joking about taking Tren, you know?
Like, if he starts to do that and get more aggressive,
then that
I would tell his mom, too. Like, hey, your son's...
because look at him.
Like I would warn her, like, be careful with your son.
Yeah, because, dude, it's clear that he's spiraling, like, more and more without us, you know, because again, he got used to the Saturday hangouts, and since he knows you and I still do them just without him, it bothers him.
Yep, he can't deny that the hangouts were fun. So
exactly, like you even said, like he even asked. No, he even told you.
He brings it up, like, are you Kevin gonna hang out?
Yeah, see, like, he misses it, whether he wants to say it, like, you know, whether he's like, you know, whether he doesn't want to fully admit it or not, he misses it, and he does need it, whether he wants it. But I'm not gonna fucking never go back to that fucker. Like, this is what he doesn't fucking get. I'll never go back to him, and all that shit that he's gonna live, like all that shit that he has going on, he's just gonna have to fucking deal with it because I do not ever want to see his smug face.
Well,
again.
you did recommend therapy, but he's too good for that. In his mind.
Yeah, exactly. In his mind, and allegedly, he was gonna get it when, like, he said he spoke to his mom about it, that he was gonna get it. But I guess that didn't fall through, considering I didn't hear anything else about it. You know, because that's what he told me. He said that he talked to his mom about going to it, but it didn't fucking go through.
Well, he did say boxing is better than therapy. In some ways.
Yes and no.
If you have therapy and do boxing, that would be better.
Exactly, but him, no, he just commits everything to boxing because
he thinks therapy is for like weak men, like beta boys.
Yeah, but look at him.
Even though me and you have therapy.
Exactly, and we're not the ones over here fucking obsessing over
that guy looks like UC Jesse.
Oh yeah, I can totally see it.
The vest and like the sweater and the hat.
Yeah. But seriously though, like it's his fault for being so fucking dangerously obsessed because he's smart. He should be able to move on, but he's the one. What?
What
was it?
No, nothing.
Oh, okay.
Edgar haircuts.
It's like he should be smart enough to be able to move on. You know, he's the one who's choosing to cling on. You know, he's the one who's clung on to the point where it's become a dangerous, unhealthy obsession for him. You know, but seriously, he's dangerously obsessed with me, and I can't imagine how fucking Laura must feel, even though she's engaged.
But that Juan thing was random as hell.
Yeah, that was so fucking weird. We'll tell him about it when we see him and all, but it's so fucking weird how he did that.
That shows he's obsessed with Juan too.
Yeah, he's obsessed with all of it because he misses it.
And he says you guys are jealous, but he's the one thinking about you guys.
Yeah, exactly. He's the one who keeps bringing us up.
Yeah.
You know, I only talk about him only when you want to say something.